Doctor Strange is back after the multiverse has gone tits up. But not to worry, he's going to have some help in making things worse with an unhinged MILF and Dora the Multiverse Explorer in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of CGI. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, another Marvel film. Strap yourselves in. Let's go down this road of CGI. Directed here, The Multiverse of Madness, by God-tier comic book / horror director Sam Raimi. Doctor Strange crosses paths here with a multiverse jumper by the name of America Chavez. Now, her powers is she can jump across the multiverse with getting upset or angry or stressed or anything like that, but doesn't know how to control her powers until she does. Cool, that's character development, I guess. Tick, go get yourself a soy latte there, writers. Congrats. Apparently, it all revolves around there's this mystical book of powers, some book of the dead that everyone's trying to get their bloody hands on in the multiverse. No, not that one. So Strangey Boy needs a help from an Avenger, and he thinks the person that can help him best with this is going to the most talented Olsen sister. Because reasons. How does Doctor Strange know that Wanda is the perfect person to help him track down this book? Because he read the script. Now, if you haven't seen Wanda's show on Disney Plus, WandaVision, don't worry, either have the writers. And Strangey Boy ain't worried about the whole taking a town hostage in their minds thing from Wanda. No. If he doesn't give a shit, why should we? Wanda has learned the error of her ways of doing evil shit because she's sacrificed so much. And she's cleaning the slate with doing more evil shit. That's right, Wanda is the big bad in this film. She's fully embracing the Scarlet Witch here. And she wants to tear the multiverse apart to track down her non-existent kids from her Disney Plus show. She is the big bad of this film, hunting down America Chavez because she's trying to kill her so she can get her multiverse jumping powers, so she can track down her little rugrats. But I hear you ask, what is the aforementioned this mystical dark book of the dead, whatever you want to call it, what does that have to do with the plot, and why does Wanda want it? What I can gather, it was a bit confusing for me, a bit convoluted, is it gives you the power to go across the multiverse and project into one of your other selves in the multiverse, I guess? Which Wanda ends up doing anyway, like playing a game of Sims with another version of self in the multiverse, projecting herself into her. So why does she need the book again? Don't think too hard about it. Has some cameos, you whores. The rumour mill was running rampant on the internet of what multiverse characters and cameos we might get in this film, and honestly, about 20% of them were kind of right. Now, for those of you sensitive folk who haven't read the title of this video, I'm going to give you a warning right here. Spoiler alert! We meet our cameos, that's right, enter the Illuminati. But unlike our Illuminati in our world of covering up Hollywood sex scandals or getting rid of dead sex workers in the music industry, this team of Illuminati keep their world in a constant state of peace by covering up deaths. Okay, exactly like our Illuminati. We get returning characters from other universes, we get a what-if character pop up to make that show relevant, and even a fan-favourite casting. But don't get too attached to these characters, no, because Wanda rocks up and fucking kills them all. This is both infuriating and superfluous. We've just met these characters and then they die, but because we've been introduced to the multiverse, you know, they could rock up in a later film and probably bloody will. No stakes for you. Anyway, the plot continues, the chasey chase across the multiverse. Climax happens and Doctor Strange becomes a zombie at one point. Fan service! America Chavez finally ends up learning to control her powers because Doctor Strange tells her to, so and Wanda sees the error of her ways. Again. This film runs at a brisk pace of, I think, about 2 hours, and honestly, I was expecting it to go for longer. And in saying that, this film both feels padded out and rushed at the same time. And I can't help but feel that this film was heavily edited. This film suffered from a lot of reshoots. If I heard correctly, about 80% of the film was reshot, so pretty much the whole thing. And I think it shows. Something felt off about the whole film. Like, I couldn't shake the feeling off that like a bunch of storylines and story arcs and other cameos are on a cutting room floor somewhere. I have to admit though, the very start of the film did feel like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man New York City from his first film. And there's a little sprinkle of horror here and there throughout the film. And honestly, it's probably the most violent Disney Marvel film, but I say Disney Marvel film, so it's still Disney at the end of the day, so not really that violent. Easy, Blade. I said Disney Marvel, not Marvel Marvel. Another little thing they do here, some lore I guess you could say, is whatever you dream at night is what another version of you is actually experiencing in the multiverse. So if you dream about falling, you're falling in your dream, then a version of you is falling somewhere in the multiverse. If you're dreaming about you're flying, one of you in the multiverse is flying. So somewhere in the multiverse, I'm married to Emma Stone, and I drive the Batmobile. It's nice to know there's another version of me out there somewhere who's happy and successful. Now that we're touching on the multiverse here, the possibilities are endless for storytelling and character and stuff, but honestly, this film felt really small. We get a lot of exposition dumps and talky scenes, and of course, yet again, it's a CGI bukkake party. The movie is filmed in full ADHD, and during the pre-climax and the climax, I stopped giving a shit. You can see a little bit of Raimi sprinkled out here and there, but it's a Marvel film. He's more cast than hired as a director, and Marvel is such a humongous business slash formula now that we just sort of get more of the same. And honestly, I was disappointed. Also, we have 3 ways of going into the multiverse now. We've got the Loki show with Kang and the TVA, Spider-Man No Way Home with Doctor Strange's spell, and now here with America Chavez's powers. Which road are we heading down for exploring the multiverse? Are they just throwing shit at the wall and sees what sticks? Is it connected? Is none of it connected? They say it is. Fucked if I know. But don't think about it too hard. Have some more cameos, you whores. And that's what you can expect from future Marvel films. Cameos. And that's it. Because the lesson they've learned from Spider-Man No Way Home is cameos. Yes, that film had cameos and they had fan service galore, absolutely. But there was still heart to the film and character development, and I think they've kind of missed that. This is surface level character at the minuscule, not even really character development, and before you know it all kind of just wrapped up really quickly, neatly and nicely and rapidly.
Then everything is wrapped up in a neat little package.
The film felt very choppy. Like I said before, it felt heavily edited. And Marvel has dug himself in a hole now. They have to do Marvel. I don't blame Raimi for this. Like I said, I felt like he was cast more than hired. Again, you can see little bits of him shining through, which is lovely and, awesome to see. A big fan of his. But yeah, it's not really a Raimi film, it's more of a Marvel film, if that makes sense. Anyway, guys, that's my review of Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. What's the next film coming out? Who gives a shit? More Marvel! More cameos! Anyway, guys, write down below if you're excited about an upcoming Marvel adaptation, and if you want me to review it when it comes out. And of course, if you made it this far into the episode, please give us a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because we give out episodes weekly. And we'll see you back here next week for the next review. And until then, stay spooky, kids.